Feel Good Wednesday.
It's 6:44. You're on Power Breakfast with Tessa Dooms on this Feel Good Wednesday. This morning, team, we've got a really, really cool story that was trending on the TikTok.
Yeah.
It was trending on the TikTok as the TikTok, as the old people will say. You remember that time when Instagram was hot and everyone was calling it the Instagram?
Yeah.
And you knew, oh, you're not on Instagram. When you say the Instagram, I know when you're pretending to know what you're talking about.
You play WhatsApp.
Yeah, play WhatsApp.
What is this, man? But today's one is actually quite a feel-good story. Obrie Shabane, coming out of Mpumalanga, will tell us a beautiful story. But before we get into it, let me just give you this clarity. We're not talking about traffic lights today. We're talking about actual robots. like robotics.
Not after robot.
Not after robot. It's actually, that one is actually a traffic light.
Obrie Shabane joins us this morning. Obrie, thank you so much for making time with us this morning. So you are from Bushbuckridge. And I'd love you to paint the picture of what it looks like day to day being in Bushbuckridge and how you then decided on starting MJ Robotics Industry in the middle of Bushbuckridge. Morning, Obrie.
Morning, how are you?
I'm top.
Yes, I'm good.
So tell us your story. Give us a bit of a picture of what it's like to be growing up in Bushbuckridge and how MJ Robotics Industries gets born in that context.
Bushbuckridge is a rural area.
Mm-hmm.
It's a small place. People who are not, what I can say, they are not thinking outside the box. We are just trying to make a living out of something which we have. So, yeah, it's a rural area, most of the places here.
Yeah.
So, MJ Industry it is born after I created the robot called the MJ, the self-made robot, which called popularity. And the robot, we have gone places with a lot of well-known people like Women of Lotto and a lot of business people. So I started to take this company to raise awareness. Obrie, I'm gonna stop you there just for a second because I'd like us to get a little better quality. If you're on speaker, maybe just take yourself off speaker there. But just to recap, you are from a rural part of Mpumalanga, there in Bushbuckridge, and you started MJ Robotics even in a context where there wasn't a lot of support, a lot of opportunities around you. You saw an interest in robotics. Am I understanding that one correctly? Yes.
Fantastic. So Obrie, just give us a sense. How did you learn to do robotics? Because what you've created, as I saw it on TikTok, and I am actually on TikTok, guys, is something that is actually a prosthetic hand almost that is connected to your brain, where you can tell it with your brain how to move, and this prosthetic hand, this robotic hand, moves because your brain tells it to do that. How did you actually learn to do that?
Most of the stuff is self-taught. When it comes to robotics and coding, it's self-taught. So right now I'm doing electrical engineering, but I didn't have opportunity.
The line.
Aubrey, I think we're going to have to try you again. I think we're going to have to try you again.
Yeah, because this is a story that people should be hearing, man. It's
Absolutely.
so inspiring that from a small town in Mpumalanga and Bushbuckridge, you wouldn't expect someone to start thinking about going as far as creating robots, right?
Yeah. I mean, I grew up in Aldos, which is not necessarily the most remote place. But I always say to people, if I grew up in a more remote place than Aldos, I don't know if I would have made it out, guys.
Nah, I was not going to dream that far.
Absolutely.
And not want to allow his circumstances not to allow him to dream big. I mean, Obrie has also done a homemade AI robot, guys. Uibizu Chavis. And he says it was inspired by Iron Man. Remember Iron Man?
Yeah.
And he built it from scratch as both learning and tool companion. And this is amazing that he's done all of this without having had any training, formal training. So
Yeah.
it will be great for us to clear that line and have the man say and tell his story to the rest of South Africa in his own words.
And
Yeah.
this is also at the age of 22 in Youth Month.
Yeah, I saw
Right.
that picture, that TikTok profile, and I was just thinking to that Iron Man story that Aubrey's such a marvel to watch.
Oh, yeah. Trust you to do that.
Oh man, no, hopefully we can actually get him back on the
No,
line. But it's
absolutely.
super, super inspiring. And it goes to that story of just saying that, it regardless of where you are, right? You can use your imagination, whether you are in the most remote part of South Africa. Use your imagination, dream, try, fail, try again. And Aubrey's back.
Aubrey, you're back with us this morning. So you were just telling us how you got the idea to go into robotics and how did you teach yourself robotics?
Oh,
Yeah, go ahead.
I've learned robotics and coding through social media, especially YouTube.
Wow.
Those videos, tutorial videos, are the ones that help me a lot to understand how this robotic works and how can I code one. So I created the prototype to help the community which I live in, especially Bushbuckridge. We are
fantastic.
poor, we don't have a lot of money, and not only Bushbuckridge, a lot of people they don't have a lot of money. So I developed that arm. It's a cheap arm, but it can do a lot. So we are trying to solve that problem. Yeah, people which have a disability, which don't have hands and don't have legs.
Aubrey, you upcycle some disused materials, so there's a sustainability aspect there. Tell us about what kind of materials you use and where you find them.
Oh, since I don't have a lot of material, because material it is expensive, so I go around the junkyard trying to get material there, like irons, wires, and plastic bottles, and those electrical components. I get them from all the electrical devices that where people draw.
And Aubrey, we're talking to you about this great feel-good story of yours on the 4th day of June, which is the June month. You're talking about a youth in South Africa who are very despondent, who are drowning in the decadence of drugs, alcohol, who are going astray in very wide ways. What message could you give them to say, look at me, I'm coming from an area that doesn't have much, with no money in my hand, but I've been able to start up a dream and set up a company like this? What inspirational words can you share with the fellow youth?
What I can say is it doesn't matter what your background is. So what you know or what you want, you must work for it. Because you will never know who's watching. If you have any talent, you must just build something, use your talent. Then TikTok is there, social media is powerful.
Yeah.
You can just post a video. You will never know who's watching. Post it, then you will get recognition. Because I never dream myself going places or coming to interviews at FMs, radio stations. So yeah,
You've created your
powerful,
own
right?
path here, Aubrey, to where you are right now. Jan from Centurion, you want to chat quickly to Aubrey as well?
Hi, Aubrey, how are you?
How are you?
Aubrey, let me ask you something. Because artificial intelligence, it involves machine learning. So do you
Okay.
do you apply the algorithm of machine learning on your robotics?
I can't get that part proper.
Aubrey, Jan is asking about machine learning. Are you using machine learning in your robotics?
Yes, we are using it.
Great
Yeah,
stuff.
that's AI. That should
Yeah.
be AI, yeah. So
Yeah, yeah.
he's actually built something AI-wise. And Aubrey, you're a dreamer, my brother, yeah? You were able to dream of this and got it started from nothing, and look at where you are right now. Looking at the future, where do you see your company going? What is that one thing that you envision? What is that one change that you hope to bring with your company?
A vision of MJ robotic industry. We wanna empower the youth. We wanna create job opportunities and we want to be the one selling machines, those machines which will be the one solving the problems that we are facing here in South Africa.
Great stuff. Dorothy from Shoshangova, you want to have the last bite of the cherry in this conversation with Aubrey.
Of course. No, thank you so much. I'm actually inspired by this young talent, this great mind. But this is another story, same like Gauta BMX, where they hailed from Limpopo. This young man hailed from Bushbuckridge. It's a very deep rural area. For one, I know it.
Yeah.
But our government always misses the point. They never support these young talents, this young minds, but they claim that they are for the youth. This month we are commemorating a youth month, but we've got nothing to show on the table. We've got these young great minds that are sitting there, not being showcased, not being supported. There's no funding whatsoever. Doors are closed when they go there with their prototype or their ideas. Everybody is shooting them down.
No,
it's
absolutely.
About bloody time that our government needs to stand up and actually support. Check out this talent. They are everywhere. There's another man in Amanskrel who builds cars, who builds everything.
Yes, I've seen that one as
never
well,
recognized.
Dorothy. No, absolutely. Mulimo from Mayerton, you are from Bushbuckridge. That's why I'm going to squeeze you in.
Morning, Tessa. Listen, man. I think Obrie is not telling us everything. Bushbuckridge, for him to come out of Bushbuckridge and be creating such things, this is major because nothing is happening in Bushbuckridge. There's no inspiration. There's no resources for him to find himself creating such. This is major. And I just wish
Absolutely.
our government would be coming in and supporting such initiatives. And then, we'll be able to inspire other youth. But Obrie, man, congratulations, man. Keep
Congratulations.
up. Keep
Wonderful.
on
You know what's
great stuff.
even better, Mulima? It's not that he's come out of Bushbuckridge. It's that he's still in Bushbuckridge. And this is
you know
what
what?
he is accomplishing.
And
Great stuff. We need to encourage and inspire others to do the same.
wonderful, Aubrey. The innovation has reached over 17 million views online. It's drawing attention across South Africa and also beyond the world. He's working on the second version of MJ. I wonder if he can do the moonwalking. But Lord, about the dreaming stuff, forget Vuyo the dreamer. Because right here, right now on Power FM,
We got Aubrey.
Aubrey is a big dreamer.
So
Thank
Aubrey,
you so much,
Aubrey,
man.
tell us about the future of this. What is it that you need for that next step? Because you've got a lot of people's attention this morning who are saying that you deserve to be supported. What does the support look like for your future?
The support that we need as MJ robotic industry is the material. We lack material and we have a problem when it comes to financial. So if we can get support from that, we can complete a lot of things. Got many projects are there, but we lack funding. So that's why we cannot create those projects.
So you need funding support. I saw that in your profile you were saying you've gotten the support from community-based organizations and some NGOs, but what you really need here is for people to come through and give some financial support. Are you studying, Aubrey? Because I know that you hadn't studied, you were studying on YouTube. Are you studying? Have you had opportunity now to upskill yourself?
Yes, I'm doing electrical engineering at the Alternative College, Planning campus.
Fantastic. So there's another way that you can make sure that Aubrey's dreams grow. That's Obrie Shabane, and he is the CEO and the founder, the chief innovator for MJ Robotics Industry. You know, when I know that a young person is going somewhere, when they name themselves in a position greater than where they find themselves. When they start saying, I am who I'm going to be. When somebody says, MJ Robotics Industry, he's not just saying he's starting a company. He's not just starting a small, spaza shop somewhere. And I'm not dissing spaza shops. I think spaza shops are important parts of our economy. But he's also saying, I am going to be a builder of industry. And I think that he's already shown that he can trailblaze in those ways. So I'm really, really excited about that. Rendani from the National Endowment Fund is on the line with us. Morning, Rendani. Empowerment Fund. sorry.
Morning, Tessa. So I actually, I didn't know if I was going to be online because So I work for the National Empowerment Fund, and I actually sit also on a committee called SPII. It's underneath, the program is underneath the DTIC for early stage or pre-revenue funding. So I actually think Obrie's idea, there are funds within the DTIC it's the support program for innovation.
Fantastic.
And I do think that if maybe I'll leave my number.
Absolutely,
and
we will
something
take
that
your
he
number.
Can apply for that. I do think that he some support there.
So Obrie,
Or
immediately already people are saying,
maybe apply and then they maybe come out and see if they can assist.
Absolutely.
Can't guarantee that he will, but yeah, it's like grant funding.
No, but Rendani, even knowing those opportunities exist is so hard to find. So thank you so much for calling in. Obrie, we are going to get you in contact with Rendani. Rendani will handhold you in making sure you are connected into that application process and that opportunity. So already this morning, you are one step closer than you were. And as you said, you took a chance on yourself by putting yourself out there, by starting where you are. And now there are other people who are willing to hold your hand and move you into the future. So how do you feel this morning, Obrie?
I feel much happier because it shows that people are listening and they are willing to help.
Absolutely. What an amazing way to have our feel-good story play out this morning. Thank you so much, Rendani, as well, for putting yourself out there on the line. Of course, institutions must do their due process, but it's always good to know that somebody's willing to give some direction, give a helping hand. This is what I meant when I said young people need pathways and guidance, not just motivational ideas. So it's 7 o'clock now and time for the news headlines.